What if I told you that the most powerful weapon in ancient Greece was not a sword, not a shield, and not even an army, but a mindset? A mindset so disciplined, so fearless, and so relentless that it turned ordinary men into legends. The Spartans did not become history's most feared warriors because they were born stronger. They became unstoppable because they were trained to think differently. To think like a Spartan was to reject weakness, embrace discipline, and prepare for pain before it arrived. And in a world that now worships comfort, their mindset might be more powerful than ever. This is not just history. This is a blueprint for mental toughness. Sparta, a society built on strength. Sparta was not like other Greek city-states. While Athens valued philosophy, art, and democracy, Sparta valued strength, obedience, and discipline. The entire society was designed around producing elite warriors. From childhood to adulthood, everything revolved around preparing for battle. But here's what most people misunderstand. Spartan strength was not just physical, it was psychological. Their real power came from mental conditioning. They trained their minds before they trained their bodies. That is why their legacies survived thousands of years. To think like a Spartan today means to understand that discipline is not punishment, it is preparation. The age where boys became warriors. Imagine being taken from your family at 7 years old and trained to survive hunger, pain, and fear. At the age of 7, Spartan boys entered the ag, a brutal, state-controlled training system designed to break weakness and build resilience. They were taught to endure hardship without complaint. They were given little food to encourage resourcefulness. They slept on reeds. They gathered themselves. They were punished for mistakes, not cruelly, but deliberately, to build mental toughness. The age was not about cruelty. It was about forging character. It taught discipline, obedience, teamwork, and emotional control. Spartans believed comfort created weakness. Hardship created strength. In modern life, we avoid discomfort. Spartans sought it. That is the difference. Pain is a teacher, not an enemy. The Spartan mindset viewed pain differently. Pain was not something to escape, it was something to learn from. They believed suffering revealed character. When battles came, they were not shocked by hardship, they were prepared for it. Think about today. Most people quit when things become difficult. Spartans expected difficulty. They trained under it. When you expect challenges, they no longer control you. This is one of the core lessons of thinking like a Spartan. Prepare your mind for struggle before it arrives. Discipline over emotion. A Spartan warrior did not fight with anger. He fought with control. In battle, emotional chaos meant death. Spartans were trained to stay calm under pressure. They moved in formation, shield to shield, trusting the man beside them. Fear was natural, but panic was unacceptable. They practiced emotional discipline daily. They spoke briefly. They avoided unnecessary words. In fact, the word laconic, meaning concise and direct speech, comes from Laconia, the region of Sparta. Imagine the power of controlling your emotions instead of being controlled by them. That is SpartanThinking.com. Under pressure, focused in chaos, silent when others panic. Brotherhood and collective strength. Spartans understood something modern society often forgets. Strength grows in unity. A Spartan warrior was only as strong as his formation. Their famous phalanx formation depended on trust. Each soldier's shield protected the man beside him. This created a culture of accountability. You did not fight for glory. You fought for your brother. Individual ego had no place in Spartan ranks. To think like a Spartan means understanding that success is rarely achieved alone. Surround yourself with disciplined people. Build a circle that demands your best. Fearlessness through preparation. Spartans were not fearless because they lacked fear. They were fearless because they were prepared. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action despite fear. Spartans trained so relentlessly that battle became familiar. Familiarity reduces fear. Preparation builds confidence. Today, fear stops people from pursuing goals, starting businesses, or taking risks. The Spartan solution is simple. Train more. Prepare more. When you know you have done the work, fear loses its power. Preparation turns anxiety into confidence. Simplicity and minimalism. Spartans lived simple lives. Their homes were modest, their clothing plain. Luxury was discouraged. They believed excess weakened character. In modern life, distractions are everywhere. Social media, entertainment, endless consumption. Spartans eliminated distractions. They focused only on what strengthened them. To think like a Spartan today means simplifying your life. Remove what weakens your focus. Keep what builds your discipline. The Battle of Thermopylae, the ultimate mindset test. 300 Spartans stood against thousands and did not retreat. The Battle of Thermopylae in 480 BCE became legendary not because of victory, but because of courage. Led by King Leonidas, 300 Spartans and their allies faced the massive Persian army. They knew the odds. They understood the likely outcome. Yet they stood firm. Why? Because Spartan training prepared them mentally for sacrifice. They valued honor over survival. While modern life rarely demands physical battle, it demands mental resilience, the courage to stand firm when things are difficult, the discipline to keep going when quitting is easier. Thermopylae symbolizes unbreakable mindset. Accountability and responsibility. Spartan culture emphasized responsibility. If a warrior failed, he did not blame others. He trained harder. Excuses were not tolerated. Imagine applying this today. Instead of blaming circumstances, economy, or luck in your actions, improve your weaknesses. Train your discipline. Responsibility is power. Blame is weakness. Daily training. The secret to long-term strength. Spartans did not train occasionally. They trained daily. Consistency was non-negotiable. Most people seek motivation. Spartans relied on routine. They did not ask if they felt like training. They trained because it was expected. If you want Spartan strength, build daily habits. Wake up early. Exercise. Read. Improve. Repeat. Consistency built warriors' mental endurance. Over physical strength fades. Mental endurance lasts. Spartans understood that battles are won in the mind before they are fought in the field. Modern challenges, career setbacks, rejection, criticism require mental endurance, the ability to stay steady under pressure. Train your mind like a Spartan trains for battle. Silence, observation, and strategic thinking. Spartans spoke little but observed carefully. They valued strategy over impulse. Quick reactions without thought could destroy formations. Today, impulsive decisions ruin opportunities. The Spartan way teaches pause, observe, then act. Calm thinking wins wars and careers, rejecting weakness without rejecting humanity. Strength does not mean cruelty. Spartan discipline was controlled, not chaotic. Spartans were harsh in training, but they respected order and law. Their discipline was purposeful, not reckless. Thinking like a Spartan does not mean aggression. It means self-control. It means choosing strength over excuses. Applying the Spartan mindset today in modern life, battle looks different. It might be financial struggle, personal development, fitness goals, or leadership responsibilities. To think like a Spartan today means expect hardship, train daily, control emotions, simplify distractions, strengthen your circle, take responsibility, prepare relentlessly. Spartan thinking transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary resilience. The ultimate Spartan principle, endure and overcome. The Spartan mindset is built on endurance, not short bursts of intensity, but sustained resilience. Most people start strong and fade. Spartans train to endure. If you endure longer than others, you win. The warrior within. What if the battlefield is not outside but inside your mind? What if the enemy is not competition but weakness, distraction, and doubt? The Spartans are gone. The city fell. Their empire faded. But their mindset survived. It survived because discipline never goes out of style. Courage never becomes irrelevant. Strength never loses value. Think like a Spartan. Train your mind, reject excuses, stand firm under pressure, because in the end, the greatest victory is conquering yourself.